Here to talk about what's happening on the farm is Jack Scoville of Price Futures Group, and there's been a lot of action happening in the commodity space, especially at CME Group, so good to have you on the show.
Well, it's great to be back.
We've had some hot rallies in the grains market this summer, and with temperatures, this is going to make all the difference, you say, coming up.
Yes, and it started already, really. We had some USDA reports that weren't all that exciting yesterday, but the market reacted in an exciting way. We were sharply higher by the close, and we saw some follow-through selling the rest of the week. So really, it looks like we're on our way. The temperatures are expected to get to 100 degrees or higher in many parts of the western Corn Belt and into the Great Plains. And it's at a time when we're having pollination for corn occurring, and that could affect the reproduction of the corn, plus flowering of soybeans, a very key time for soybeans as well. So really, this heat is coming at the worst possible time for a lot of producers.
What will that mean as far as trading? What would be the trade there?
Well, the trade obviously is to find a way to get long, and you can do that either by buying futures or buying call options. You can look to buy call spreads perhaps as well if you want to reduce your exposure. And those maybe even more daring may even look to sell some puts.
Let's talk about the situation though with this dryness. I know there was a bit of rain that happened in Iowa and Nebraska, and that also triggered the market. But do we see anything in the forecast coming up for rain?
Well, there's a little rain around right now. Central southern Illinois got a little bit, and the conditions did dramatically improve in southern Iowa and northern Missouri, where it had been very, very dry. But really, that seems to be it. It looks like we're going to have some drier conditions next week to go along with the heat. And, you know, that hot and dry is not exactly the recipe for success. How's
the crop harvest looking? What are crops looking like at this point?
Well, the crops overall look pretty good. Right now, USDA is assigning a trend line yield to their forecast, which is probably a little bit high. But I don't want to give the impression that there's a disaster out there. A disaster might happen, but really right now you have to look for a good crop.
Let's talk about this scuttlebutt about sugar and cocoa. People are saying chocolate prices are going to be going higher, but what is the market telling you?
Well, the market has been going higher. The main crop from last year and the mid crop that is finishing up harvest right now in West Africa has been very disappointing, and we've seen some tighter supplies. So that has supported the market up till now, but the rains have been better. It's the rainy season now in West Africa, and we're getting some good rains now. And there's all sorts of hopes that we'll have a very good main crop harvest later on this fall. And if that happens, we will see prices start to turn lower.
And finally, coffee. Starbucks is raising prices and wages. And what's going on with coffee prices?
Well, they're going to have to raise prices again just for the coffee prices. It looks like there's been some problems with the harvest down in Brazil. They had dry weather at flowering time. And now, just recently, when they were trying to harvest, they had too much rain. So that really affected, the harvest results. And overall, it looks like prices are heading higher. Just not too long ago, we were down to around $120, $125 a pound for green coffee. Now it looks like we could trade above $160 per pound.
Jack, always fun to have you here. Thank you for your report on the crops.
Well, always great to be here.